Ever wondered how Pringles get that perfect shape, that signature crunch, and end up stacked so neatly inside that iconic tube? It all begins with a process far more scientific and controlled than you might expect. Pringles are not made like traditional potato chips. Instead of slicing whole potatoes, the process starts with a specially prepared potato-based dough. This is what gives each Pringle its consistent shape and size. Inside the factory, massive sacks of dried potato flakes arrive and are poured into large stainless steel hoppers. These potato flakes are one of the key ingredients of the Pringles formula. But they're not alone. The flakes are blended with cornstarch, rice flour, wheat starch, and a bit of vegetable oil. This combination is what gives Pringles their smooth, uniform texture and helps them fry evenly. These ingredients are precisely measured by automated systems to ensure consistency. Each batch is mixed in huge industrial blenders until a thick dough forms, soft, pliable, and ready to be shaped. Once the dough is ready, it's transferred onto conveyor belts that carry it toward giant rollers. These rollers flatten the dough into an ultra-thin sheet, about 0.7 millimeters thick. The sheet moves continuously, never stopping, as it's guided forward to the cutting section. Here, rotary cutters punch out oval-shaped pieces, each one identical to the last. The excess dough around these shapes doesn't go to waste. It's immediately lifted off the line and sent back to be mixed into a fresh batch of dough, creating a nearly zero-waste process. Now comes one of the most interesting steps in the whole process, forming that famous saddle shape. Each flat oval piece of dough is picked up by a forming machine, which gently places it into a concave mold that resembles a shallow wave. This shape, known as a hyperbolic paraboloid, is the reason Pringles don't break easily and can be stacked neatly without crumbling. The chips ride in these molds through a hot oil bath, frying for just 11 seconds at about 170 degrees Celsius. Because they're held in a mold, they don't curl up or bend randomly like regular chips. Instead, they retain their perfect shape every time. As soon as the chips exit the fryer, they're drained of excess oil and head straight to the seasoning station. At this point, they're golden brown and crisp, but still plain. The chips move along fast-moving conveyor belts and pass under seasoning tumblers, large rotating drums where they are coated with flavor powders like sour cream and onion, barbecue, cheddar cheese, or the original salty blend. These flavors are sprayed on with an even mist or sprinkled precisely to ensure each chip is seasoned just right. From there, the chips are air-cooled to room temperature to help preserve their crunch. They then travel to the stacking section, one of the most mesmerizing parts of the Pringles production line. The curved chips are carefully stacked by robotic arms, which align them with perfect precision. Each stack is exactly the right height to fit inside the signature cardboard tube, which is already being formed on a separate line. The tubes are made from layers of cardboard that are rolled and glued together, then cut to the correct height. The inside of the tube is lined with a thin sheet of aluminum foil to keep the chips fresh and prevent the cardboard from absorbing oil or moisture. Each tube is also printed with the Pringles logo and flavor variant before it's filled. Once a tube is ready, it moves into position below the stacker. A long stack of Pringles, about 80 to 100 chips, is gently dropped into the tube in one smooth motion. A foil seal is pressed onto the top to lock in freshness, and then a plastic lid is snapped on to complete the packaging. From here, each tube is weighed and scanned. If it doesn't match the required weight, or if the chips inside are broken or misaligned, it's automatically removed from the line and flagged for inspection. After quality checks, the tubes are loaded into boxes, stacked onto pallets, and moved into warehouses where they're stored briefly before being shipped to grocery stores, vending machines, and convenience shops around the world. This entire process, from dough mixing to boxed and sealed tubes, happens at lightning speed. A single Pringles factory can produce several million chips every day. What sets Pringles apart from most other snacks is this incredibly engineered process that focuses on uniformity, efficiency, and minimal waste. Most potato chips have natural variations because they're cut from whole potatoes. But Pringles are engineered from the ground up to be consistent. That's why no matter where you buy a tube, whether in New York, Tokyo, or Dubai, the chips inside will be nearly identical. Behind the scenes, a team of food scientists and engineers constantly work to fine-tune the formulas, improve the flavors, and ensure food safety. The dough recipe, for example, is designed to have the right balance of moisture and starch, so the chips hold their shape but still deliver that satisfying crunch. The seasoning powders are created in specialized flavor labs, where ingredients are tested for aroma, solubility, and shelf life. Even the packaging has gone through countless design iterations to maintain freshness and reduce damage during shipping. Every detail in the factory is controlled. Temperatures are monitored in real time. Oil levels are automatically topped up and filtered to stay clean. Conveyor speeds are calibrated down to fractions of a second to ensure each chip is cooked and cooled at exactly the right time. Sensors line every inch of the production path, detecting irregularities in shape, color, or weight. Any chip that doesn't meet the strict standards is removed and discarded, or reprocessed if possible. Environmental concerns are also part of the production. Used cooking oil is often recycled or converted to biofuel. Scrap dough and seasoning particles are collected and reused wherever food safety allows. Water used in cooling systems is filtered and reused multiple times before being discharged. Some factories are powered in part by solar or wind energy, depending on location. The employees working at Pringles factories operate in a highly coordinated environment. Everyone wears protective clothing, hairnets, gloves, and in many cases, even face shields. Hygiene is critical. Every area is cleaned regularly, and equipment is sanitized to prevent contamination. Before entering the production floor, workers pass through air showers and foot baths to remove dust and bacteria. Research and development at Pringles goes beyond just flavor. The company constantly explores new packaging techniques, eco-friendly materials, and innovative chip designs. Limited edition flavors like pizza, hot chili, or wasabi are tested in small batches before being rolled out globally. Customer feedback plays a big role in which flavors stay and which ones get retired. Some Pringles factories even have tasting panels made up of employees who score the chips on texture, flavor strength, and appearance. From a small dough sheet to a globally recognized snack, each Pringle carries the signature of high-precision manufacturing. It's not just a chip, it's a marvel of food engineering. The entire system is designed to deliver a product that's crispy, flavorful, and nearly indestructible in transit. That's no accident. It's the result of decades of innovation, trial and error, and a commitment to perfection. So the next time you pop open a can of Pringles and hear that satisfying crunch, remember, each one of those chips has been shaped, seasoned, and packed with incredible precision. It's not just a snack, it's a feat of engineering, crafted with science and skill behind every bite. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes journeys into how your favorite things are made. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video.